As soon as we stepped foot inside that cave, the reality of the mission hit us. We had had 2 hours of climbing training the day before, so bear that in mind. But actually scaling a cave wall is nothing in comparison. It's a completely different ball game. In this vlog, you're going to witness day 1 and 2 of our mission, and the trek that Prue and I embarked on to get to the habitat, as well as the breathtaking beauty of this cave, as well as the habitat, which literally looks like it came out of a movie. And you can see the habitat here in this landmark resembling Mickey Mouse on the map. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The trek through the cave required utmost caution. An improper attachment to the belaying apparatus could result in devastating or severe back injury. So we had to be super careful every single step we took. And not only that, but I was hyper aware of the 20-kilogram suit that we were wearing that was meant to protect us, and also the limited lighting. But enough of me telling you things. Let me actually show you the cave, the trek, the habitat, and the start of this mission. And make sure you stay till the end to get a tour of the habitat that we stayed in. Now, we've hiked up to the entrance of the cave, suited up in our cave gear. One by one, we get dropped into the cave. Here you can see Marco lower down Michael onto the cave floor, and it's pretty scary, to be honest, because of how dark it is. So you can't really see what's below you as you get lowered down. Quick final test of our comms before we get dropped down. Now, this white suit, also known as flight suit, plus belaying equipment, is what we will be wearing whenever we're out in the cave. Now we go find the habitat.
There's a hub.
On the way to our habitat, I saw the most beautiful formations, like cave popcorn. Now, cave popcorn is a type of rock formation found in caves. It looks like bumpy popcorn and is created when water drips from the cave's ceiling, carrying minerals with it. Over time, these minerals build up layer by layer, forming this unique shape of cave popcorn. And it's a fascinating natural process, which takes a long time to occur, like thousands or even millions of years.
Welcome to Astroland.
Before getting into the habitat, we wait 10 minutes in the airlock. This is to simulate the waiting time astronauts wait in the airlock after spacewalks before entering the space station, to allow the body to adjust to change in pressure, basically stopping decompression sickness. We've made it into the habitat, and as you can see, we are being watched by Mission Control CCTV.
So let's do a quick tour. So this here is a 3D printer, which we might use for Roban's case because his wiring is definitely being affected by the humidity. It's a computer where we do like our NASA tests, cognitive performance tests, psychological assessments. And this is the office. Then we have Sab over here, she's in the dining area.
I'm cleaning with tissues because we have no soap here.
Yes, again, pretty good out here. And then we've got some supplies. So we've got the shower supplies. We've got the first aid kit, paracetamol. So if you get injured, you can wipe off the wound with alcohol. You can also put plaster on it, and who knows what else we will discover as we hurt ourselves. And then we have the bio area. So currently we've got a crew sent out to collect some biofilm from the cave. So we're going to use this microscope and some of these tools to analyze the biofilm that we find, see what's under the microscope, see what kind of life is present in this cave. Then we have dormitory, which I will show you. So if you follow me here.
Okay.
This here is my sort of cupboard or wardrobe, whatever you like to call it. This is my bunk. As you can see, I'm drying my towel here. As you can see, I've got my jumper here, which I usually wear at night if it gets too cold. My sleeping bag, which is nicely folded. Obviously, you still got to keep a standard. even in space. Very important. Got a toilet. This is the toilet seat. That right there is a flush, so you have to push it up and down, and it sort of creates this vacuum and sucks everything in. This is as old school as it gets. Bin, and this area right here is where we stand when we kind of bathe ourselves with the soap that I showed you. This area here, this is our heater, which sometimes works, can be a bit temperamental. You can hear Manuel, mission control. This noise is mission control, Manuel, speaking to us from central Santander, very far away from where we are right now, which is in the mountains of Santander, in a cave underground in a habitat. This here is a whiteboard which tracks our water consumption. Again, we only have 4 liters a day for every single thing, for showering, for drinking, for food, everything. This again is the green room. So this is where Mikhail keeps his plants. And this is the bins, so we try and keep it sustainable here. It's the men's room. And this is the food. The organic porridge, I can't lie to you, this is banging. This is actually really nice. I will see where I can buy this when I get home. So all of this food is freeze dried. Do you want to show some of the food up? Mikhail's going to show you, do a little show and tell of the food. This is what we're eating today. So today we are living off these bars: breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Already on the second level. So those bars are just like a little bit cookie.
Yeah. Tasty. How is it? Yeah? Cool.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Really not bad.
It's not bad. This is our cleaning area. So we've got water here. We've got sort of like a makeshift sink, which has grey water, which is basically dirty water. That's there. That is not an actual sink. It's just a pot that we've created. A little coffee machine, some teas. And here is our water dispenser. So we've got hot and cold, so we have to really monitor what we're taking out of this because there's not a lot. This is the visual projector where we're going to do some virtual simulations, and this is the gym. We've got a rowing machine, we've got a yoga mat. So I usually do like my ab workouts, 10 minutes of rowing, and I use core strength. And that's the habitat. Thank you for taking this guided tour.
As soon as we got into the habitat, we got sent our schedule. My schedule included the NASA WinScat cognitive performance test, which basically checks my attention, whether it's going up or down, then a 1.5 hour workout, and finally working on the code for my robot, which I will be testing out on the cave floor in the next few days. Now the goal for my robot is to follow my torch around the cave, but I noticed that it was not responding to the changes in light. Now it has 2 sensors, one on the left and one on the right, and whichever detects more light triggers the robot to move in that direction. But if both are the same, then it goes in a straight line. Now, aside from attacking me, which it did, it cut my finger, the robot was not being super responsive. 2 reasons I identified. The batteries needed more charge, it had rechargeable batteries, and the humidity in the habitat was high, like 95% humidity, and this affected the wiring. So Mikhail advised putting it in a box with sand packets that have silica to absorb humidity from the wires. Let's see if that works. Dinner time. Now all the food is dehydrated and you need to add hot water for it to taste good, so you need to rehydrate it. And this was a crew favorite. My meal for dinner time was the organic lentil dal. Not bad. Now the electricity went out during the night. Luckily the backup generators kicked in. Also check out my red suit. This is what we wear in the habitat. This is my mission patch. And this is where I'm from, the UK. Day 2 of the mission, and the first thing that's up in my schedule is a cave walk, well, instead of a spacewalk. And the mission is to gather resupplies, so for example, toilet roll. And this is going to be Mikhail, Sahba and I, and we're getting suited up. Our communication stopped working and one of us had to go get supplies. So Mikhail went, and to make sure he was safe, we played a little Marco Polo. So whenever I shouted Marco, he shouted Polo, so I knew he was okay. There was a point where we could not even see him, but we could hear him, and you can see the entrance of the cave by that red light over there. And finally he appeared. He had to attach his apparatus to the rope and climb up, and then we were all together. And he had the resupplies, and this is great because we were already low in loo roll. Now back home to the habitat. To get home we had to attach our Ocho. Do you remember that from the first vlog? And it's a long way down. Home sweet home. And you can see Michal here on the YouTube TV cam. Dehydrated dinner for today was nettle curry, and yes, it does have nettles in it. The day ended with a meditation circle. Michal bought 6 geranium plants for us to meditate with. He measures our heart rate and oxygen levels before and after, and we fill in a survey. Listen and you can hear the meditation frequency for the plants that help us focus.
Yes?
So many things. I thought so many things.
But the meditation is to not think. Yes. But good. What nice things?
I should write a book.
Oh, so nice.
Next vlog comes out same time next week, so keep an eye out for that one because that's the vlog where I actually introduce you to some of my crew members, as well as I share some personal thoughts and feelings which I experienced whilst I was in the cave. And that is the mission where we take some samples from around the cave and see if they hold the potential of life. So keep an eye out for that. Make sure to drop a comment below if you have any questions. I will definitely get to it. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And as always, stay safe and hopefully one day I will see you in space.